Okay, so I've been fiddling around with settings and cameras and light, and I hate all three. That's all I've been doing today because I'm not satisfied and I'm still wearing my robe. Okay, that's better. I'm sorry about it. But yeah, no, I have been so frustrated all day today figuring all of this out. I hate it. I hate this camera. I hate that I have giant windows. It's all a thing. And I almost just, didn't do any of this today as a result because I was so frustrated. But I couldn't do that. I couldn't leave you guys hanging without the lather test. And so we are going to roll with this. And I'm trying to fix it. We'll get there for sure. But again, it's a lather test day and I couldn't leave you hanging. So I hope I can get this out quick like. I will tell you more about the lather test in case you haven't seen the last 6 videos and all the things in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for week 16 of year 3 and video 7 of a 7-part series, playing with lye infusions, trying to find a substitute for Tussah silk. Now, as we've discussed throughout all of this, I think we've reasonably come to the conclusion together that Tussah silk is not vegan. While some vegans might disagree, we're going to go ahead and go for the making purposes, not vegan, and so we're looking for plant-based materials. And that's really where all of this started. And Sandy from Alaska Soaper actually sent me some plant botanicals to try in my lye, and so she sent me the dandelion and the clematis, which is where all of this started, and we started testing different amino acid structures, essentially, to see if we could mimic the effects that a Tussah silk delivers to a bar, namely the shine, the silkiness, the slip. So that's what we've been doing for the last week. We added in some fun stuff for more testing. Rose was a fun one, and banana, and obviously corn, which we talked about in yesterday's video. But today is the day where we're going to actually test all of the bars that we've made to this point against a Tussah. And I am very, very excited for this. Now, I did not make the Tussah silk soap. I do run a vegan line, so one of my girlfriends that lives in the neighborhood did make this, and she used the exact same basic 3 blend of the coconut, olive, and palm oil that I've used for the rest of the bars, so we can keep all of those consistent, so we know, really what's changing the overall, feel and performance of the bar. You get it? Cool. I've been super excited for this one too, so I'm just going to send you right to the tests. We can talk more about the soaps and the tests and my opinions on all of these things, in the testing portion. For test day, I am so excited about this, and because it's such a short video, I put in extra editing power, but that was also mostly just because I didn't show them in the correct order. And I just didn't. And so first up, we have all of them that we have done thus far. We have Dandelion 1 and Dandelion 2 and the Clematis. And yep, next, I'm going to go ahead and show the Rose. So that's sort of in the right place, order, kind of not though. And then, the corn and then the banana. Yeah, because I am a disaster. And so, like I said, extra edits went into this guy. It's ridiculous how many different, things there are in my editing software to get all of these titles and stuff in. It's so long. But it still looks like trash because I didn't do it the proper way. But that's okay because, I am me. So let's go check out these lather tests. Okay, and first up, I think I actually did do these in order. So first up, we're going to test the Tussah soap. Now, I did not make this soap. This soap is a soap that one of my neighbors made, and she quite liked the look of a different bar that I do for a wholesale account. So she was like, I want to do something like this for my soap, and we did the thing. So it's obviously a Tussah silk. It's very smooth. It has a beautiful hand slip for sure. I'm not mad at that at all. It feels very silky on the skin. It really does. It's a nice lightweight, well, it's like the feeling of silk. It's very moisturizing, very delightful, and a decent bubble with that. So that's what we are basing all of the rest of the tests off of, really. And then now we have the Dandelion 1. And also the Tussah was made with the exact same blend. So my basic 3 blend that I use for all of the rest of these soaps. So this one is the Dandelion infusion with the dried dandelions, and we did not put the dandelions themselves into the soap batch. I don't think that's going to matter much for the tests either way. I just wanted to see, what it did within that, because we did 2 different versions of the dandelion. And this feels great on the skin, feels very similar to the Tussah. I like the lather quite a bit better. It's definitely a smoother hand feel. And then you have the Dandelion 2, which is going to be expected to perform, exactly as the Dandelion 1. And it really does. Again, the slip is there. The silkiness is there. It feels delightful in hand. There's not a lot of rough catching. It's definitely a cool addition. I think the dandelions are definitely in contention here for the Tussah. And remember, this basic 3 blend, it's 33% coconut, 33% palm, 34% olive. And I say that because the coconut itself, there's not a lot there to be like a big lather boost. And there is no additional lather boost in this, right? Aside, the only thing that changes from soap to soap is going to be the infusions. And so just keep that in mind as you're watching all of these. And this one is the clematis, which I really loved the look of when it was all said and done. Very shiny bar, instant bubble with that, feels delightful in hand, nice foamy. Well, it's bordering on a foamy lather, and I really enjoy that quite a bit. And for these tests, and again, like I said, I did all kinds of edits here, guys, and I know that they're ugly, but I actually shot myself in the foot because I did all of the tests literally today. And normally I do all this stuff beforehand so I can have everything ready and edited. And I didn't really have time to put all these edits in the right way. But, so sorry about it because I did it today. I didn't want anything impacting my overall impressions of anything or how I talked about these soaps in, the prior videos. So this is actually freaking delightful. The rose doesn't feel anything like the Tussah at all in the hand slip, but look at that foam. I'm saying the rose petals are going to be a beautiful contender for a shave bar, for either, the face or the legs or what have you, or in shampoo bars. Oh, holy crap. It would be so delightful. Such a foamy lather that again sustains itself. It holds up on itself. Absolutely delightful. This one I was so delighted about. I like yelled as Mr. Soap and Clay was putting flooring down in the dining room. I'm like, I'm putting banana in everything. This feels so nice. It is such a beautiful hand feel. Everything about it. It has the slip. It has the silky smooth feel. It has the beautiful big bubble. I wanted to just keep washing my hands with this. And it also has the foam. So you get the nice foamy feel from the rose as well as all the benefits of the Tussah with the amino. It's so good. It's so amazing. I am so delighted that the banana worked, and so far it is my favorite. And that so far is not going to change because the corn is going to perform, like the Tussah. And it's great. The Tussah in and of itself, obviously, it has the slip, it has the smoothness, it has the silkiness, it has the shine. So does the corn. But I'm thinking between all of these, my personal favorites are the banana, the rose, and the clematis. But I don't know. That's still a beautiful little bubble there. It's not a little bubble actually at all. It's actually gorgeous. And I think that these are all really good substitutes for the Tussah. Again, with the exception of the rose, because it didn't have the same hand feel. The lather felt different. And so for that, maybe not a good substitution for this, for the Tussah, but it's definitely a good substitution, or it's definitely something to include in your like shave recipes, for example. So these are all of the, soaps all together, and I didn't put tags on all of those because this edit was actually kind of more than I was planning on doing on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm actually a little stressed that I'm going to be able to get this out on Sunday. But there it is, all of the tests. Which one do you guys like the best? Please, please, please tell me, and thank you for joining me with this. And there they are, all 6 soaps plus the Tussah. Yeah, weighing it against the Tussah Silk Soap. So I really like all of these. I think they're very, very cool, and there's definite benefits to each and every one of them. The 2 dandelions had a nice bubble right off the bat for sure. Felt nice and smooth in the hand, had a really good slip to it. I enjoyed that a lot. And there wasn't really a difference between the dandelion that we put in the actual soap batter and the dandelion that we strained out, both infused within the lye solution. So we didn't really expect that to be the case. The clematis had a really nice bubble to it. I actually liked the way that this performed better than the dandelion. So that was a lot of fun. The bubble seemed to be a little bit more intense. The bar itself, very, very shiny. It was a lot of fun. Definitely lived up to what you would expect from a Tussah for sure. The rose, not anything that you would expect from a Tussah. I can't really say that that would be a good dupe for that. However, the actual lather on that rose bar had such a good lift to it. It sustained itself. It was very dense, foamy. It was so delightful. That would be such a good inclusion for a shave soap. So infusing those rose petals into your lye solution for a shave soap is a great idea. Now that banana is definitely my favorite. I love that banana soap so freaking much, and I was so excited and just like, hi cat. Bye cat. But yeah, I love the banana so much. I was like really relieved actually that the banana performed because I loved the way it looked. I loved what it did to the batter. I loved the color morphing. I was just over the moon excited about this one. And so I was really glad that it performed well. It definitely has the slip of the Tussah. It has the silk of the Tussah, and it has the lather that you saw within the rose. So that's really, really cool. And I enjoyed that one quite a bit. And honestly, the corn, it performed just like the Tussah, like you would expect. But after seeing these other options, I don't like the corn as much as I used to. So if I had to pick a winner, I would say the banana is my favorite, followed closely by the rose, but that doesn't have anything to do with the Tussah, just that it was a really cool lather. Remember again, with these soaps, we did not do any lather boosts to any of these. So that basic mix of olive oil, coconut oil, and palm in basically equal parts, that's not going to be a big bubble. You know what I mean? We didn't have any castor oil in it. We didn't have any sugar in it. We didn't have anything that would suggest big bubble except for the additives. And so when you get a really gorgeous bubble like that, like from the rose, it's a winner to file away, even if it's not to be used in place of Tussah. Now, the dandelions, again, really performed very well, so that's going to be a great one to put in. That would probably be my 5th favorite, I suppose, 4 and 5, behind the clematis and in front of the corn, because in all actuality, like I said, after seeing these other options, corn's not the only way to go. And I'm really excited to now know that. And I hope you guys are as excited as I was for this lather test and all of the things. And please, yeah, do tell me in the comments what ones you liked, because I've had so much fun talking with you guys and brainstorming over this project. It's really reinvigorated me to do more tests, and I think it's been a little bit since we've done weird stuff in soap. You know what I mean? So let me know which ones you like the best. Something I didn't get to mention within the lather test themselves because I didn't have enough time, I actually made the first 4 bars, so the 2 dandelions, the clematis, and the rose, about 4 weeks ago. And they stopped losing their water weight 2 weeks ago. They are rock hard bars of soap. They were hard when we first cut them, 12 hours after pouring them. They continued to get harder, and now they are cured and they are ready to go, and they are lovely. The last two I poured just about 8 days ago, so they're not done losing their water weight. They're not done with that cure, but they're already very firm and very delightful. So that's going to be a reasonable indication of what that lather is ultimately going to be after they lose the rest of that water weight. And as I said, I had a lot of fun with this one. And so as a result, I think we're going to, kick off more tests. We haven't done that in a while, as I also said. So I would like to do some more cool, fun testing things. And honestly, I'm not done with the Tussah replacements yet because there were so many good ideas that were, listed in the comments throughout the series. And so I'm definitely trying the mushroom. I'm definitely trying the okra. I'm definitely trying the other corn or banana thing that ADHD Alchemy had suggested. So there's a lot more testing in the future, but not in the immediate future. Week 17, I'm actually going to take a couple days off before kicking off week 17. I really do want to get this system better dialed in for you. I understand that you don't care and you're here, regardless, and I appreciate that. Like my sudsers specifically, I appreciate that. But these are videos that I'm putting out to you because I want to like educate you or entertain you or whatever you. And they also exist on the internet for like ever, And so I want to do better than what I've been doing this week. And so I'm going to take a couple days off to play around with settings before I come back. And, fingers crossed that I manage to do something marginally better, but who knows at this point. But anyway, week 17 will be either the Project Soapway Lotion Challenge winners or, a color week. I don't know which one I'm going to do first. So, subscribe and you'll be notified when I upload, week 17. So that would be excellent. For those of you who have subscribed, hey, Sudsers, thank you. I see your faces specifically as I am talking to this camera, and I hear your voices in my head telling me it doesn't matter. You are being kind of ridiculous with, wanting these things perfect, like the new setup or whatever. And I appreciate that. I appreciate knowing that that is your response. You are amazing humans. And so thank you for being amazing humans and for being, in my life. I appreciate you. I'm going to go. I want to fiddle around with this a little bit more. And then Scout actually got a box of Japanese candy that she wants to try for a movie night tonight. So thank you for joining me today. I will see you guys all in a few days for another round of soapy fun. Bye.